Perfect.
I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your hearts.
Welcome to Stream Episode 6. We're getting up in some digits. So this week we're going to talk about wins, and then we have one news article that we thought was pretty important. So we're going to do a little bit more in depth on that one. It's about this last decade. So I'll let Ollie kick it off with this week's wins, and then we'll move over to our weekly show.
We're going to talk about my meditation.
Oh, yeah. Ollie went on a meditation retreat this last weekend, so he's all zenned out, and he has a lot to...
Silent meditation.
Was it fully silent?
Yeah, it's like 3 days of silent meditation, but you can chat. There are moments where they'll ring the bell, like the gong.
That's impressive. That's hard to do.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's awesome.
What about like daily? Like I said,
just meditating.
And then what time do you start your day?
I usually wake up at like 7.
Okay. They didn't have a time.
I didn't have the kids, so
they didn't have a time that everybody started at the same time.
They had like 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Like early meditation.
So you're just knocked out.
I was just pretty much knocked out because I don't have the kids, and even like I should have been sleeping until like noon, but you know. But you'd wake up, go down, have like I don't eat breakfast. So I would just go watch everybody eat breakfast in silence, and then do meditation, which is like really awesome for meditation is like the mind exercise, kind of like physical working out or like pushing your body to the limit is what you do with your physical body. Your mind, the things that sharpen your mind and improve it are, I find meditation like super effective because it helps me focus, and the greater I can focus, it helps with my memory. And then my mind is like set. So like now you have a strong mind. It was awesome, like just meditating and just I try to always empty my mind so I have room for creativity or like new things. So I'm not bound to like any of the ideas of the past.
What was the longest period of time you could like think of nothing? Like that's like the goal, right? Is to clear your mind completely like for a long period of time.
I think it was like maybe 25 minutes for me.
Really? That's hard. That's a lot. That's like pretty good. Yeah.
Huh?
That's pretty good. Like Jack Dorsey did like a 3-day one too, and he said like 30 minutes was the max.
30. Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah.
It was really, really, really hard. But it was so, dude, amazing. Like so rewarding. I'm gonna take the kids next year. But that was the meditation part of my weekend. It's amazing, just being amongst people that have like practiced to be in gratitude of life. It's amazing. And giving back, and the Dharma and the Sangha, like the path and the community and the Buddha. I'm not too religious with any kind of like organized stuff, but it was very appealing. I love the calm, like bringing a sense of calm to my mind was just bliss, like heaven. That was a way that, in your 20s, your idea of like a really awesome time is Las Vegas. Like immediately you like go to Vegas. The way I like to spend my time is just with my thoughts now,
That's cool. Yeah.
It was awesome. In regards to like what we've been doing at Forkai is just continue growing. We're deep into the academy. We're using a lot of resources to build out this academy, so we can be at the Startup X Academy, so we can essentially to a certain degree be done with that aspect of it, and then the Combine in itself is a whole different story. But 4 chapters in, we have 10,000 academy registrations.
Yeah, and I think the production quality of the videos is getting a lot like cooler. Like it's getting more.
Yeah, we're getting more. We're kind of like getting. This is the first time we're doing this. We're probably gonna suck. We're gonna look back and this is our MVP.
Yeah, but honestly, it's good. It's pretty cool. I thought it was like. I think last couple videos have been cool. Yeah.
Awesome. So like, we do. We've done Passion, Idea, Problem, Puffy. We're working on Growth now. Idea Lab is like full blown. We're working on a short for Kaya film, just kind of explains our culture and what we're doing over here. It's like a 10-minute film. It's pretty awesome. Our podcast has over 100,000 views. That's pretty alarming.
I thought that was really cool. Yeah, because I mean, it's stuff we like to do, and like being able to talk about it.
That's
cool.
we've had this, like we opened up the media channel for like 1 month. It's pretty fast. And then our talent agencies that's the part that's been like blowing up the most, because as we have so many users on our platform and the members are getting the jobs that they want.
Yeah, I thought that was nice. Yeah,
through Forkai, I showed you some of the text messages and stuff, and that the kids have sent.
Stuff that keeps you going.
It's awesome, man. Like, thank you so much. I couldn't have gotten the job at Apple without you. I couldn't have gotten the job at Snapchat without you. You're the best
boss ever.
That's my favorite. Like, but just really, really, like, we are in the phase of take 2020 is like our year.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, 100%.
It's our year. It's not in the sense that like we're gonna dominate and we're gonna have these products coming out and this and that, but like it's gonna be undeniable what we're doing now.
I think it's about the culture, right? The culture is gonna be fully embedded. You're gonna have people are gonna know what Forkai is
culture
about.
And automatic, and kind of like the automaticness of the academy will get people ready. And then there's BAM, which is gonna be like where I'm gonna have a field day with that. Aspect of our business, because you have to be a certain type of person. You got to know who you are in order to do great things. And like our goal through BAM is make room, make mind space, so you can get ready to build the life that you want, so you can fit it, so you can actually like do those things. And like a lot of it has to do with some of the meditation stuff and clearing and deconstructing the mind. So a lot more just staying inspired, growing, thinking big, leading from the front, passion. I know passion.
Yeah.
But that seems to be if we can help you find your passion, we're good.
That's cool.
I'll put the curriculum
I think BAM's
together.
Also falls into the culture piece too, like trying to show people trying to show people what you guys are about.
Big part of the culture, because you have to be conditioned. Conditioned in the sense of like self-conditioned to be able to become self-actualized, which is what this is all about.
Yeah.
If the self-actualization thing will become really, really relevant in your life, even later 30s, I would say.
Well, it comes by doing, right? Like I think that's one thing I'm finding out right now. Is like you realize who you are by the things you do, as well as like the thing, like it's like constantly about your actions. Like
it's about overcoming fear.
Yeah. Well. The uncertainty is like one of the biggest things.
We still have uncertainty. Like there's uncertainty every day.
Well, the reason why it was so hard is because our brains were like wired to say like if I like back in the day 1,000 years ago, if you took a trip outside, you could have got killed. So it's like uncertainty really like has like
your brain has to find something to. It's like monkey brain. Buddhists they call it monkey brain, monkey mind, where your mind will find what it's looking for, which is a problem to dwell on. Fear, manipulation, validation, popularity, your class, like it's all a simulation. It's all there to control and limit you. As a child, I was reading like children's like books. I don't think there's like an alien like watching a simulation and cracking up. I hope not. That would suck.
I think life is crazy in general, but it is
to me it's created.
Put all those things on
it's created. Like what is? None of those things matter. None of those things as a human being living on this planet. Just that basic level. All the other stuff that's the game we created.
Yeah, humans created.
In the mountains when I was up there, like we were kind of in this pagoda looking over the mountains, and then you can see a gap in the mountain, and then you see the city. Like houses, it's like perfectly built, like organized to a T. Like the roads go here. This is like the game. The trucks are going this way, delivering this way, UPS this way, drones. Full blown simulation. That's a game that we created ourselves, and it sucks, to be honest with you. Like it sucks because as a kid, all these stories I'm reading, my kids are shocking. I'm like, be careful with the big bad wolf. be careful for the fox. Don't let the gingerbread cookie get on the fox's back. But, it's a trick. Be careful. He's going to trick Little Red Riding Hood. He's going to blow down the house, huff and puff and blow your house. Dude, these are like, be careful. Don't leave breadcrumbs. Like,
you didn't read these stories.
It's all cautionary. No, it's like I'm remembering all these things, and I'm like, damn, there's nothing that gives motivation or lets the kid know that he can do whatever he wants. And then after that, you go to school and they teach you this is it. Go into this box, and then college is even worse, and then work is even worse, and then you're gone. That's why it's hard. That's why the simulation, the gravity of the situation, the gravity of the simulation is hard. That's the part that's every day is a struggle to like make sure you don't get sucked into that, and you can do exactly what you can do, which is a lot, especially with the tools we have today. Yeah. You can literally, it's a Renaissance era. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
anybody can.
Ultimately, you just don't want to be on your deathbed and say, I tried this and I didn't finish this. I tried this, I didn't finish this. You don't want to be like the climber that
At least you tried. Even that's better than
not doing anything at all.
Than like, man, I played it safe.
That's true.
For what?
Yeah, that's true.
This is as safe as it's ever going to get. There are no dinosaurs. There's no imminent threat. There's no danger. Your mind is worried about a bill or about you getting a job or about making sure you have this. This is all bullshit. It's like
you just don't want to get like what I'm trying to think of is like climbing a mountain, right? You don't want to be the guy that came down and has to tell everybody why I stopped climbing that mountain. I think that's kind of a different story. It's like like finishing what you start and like getting onto that. Maybe that's like a different side topic.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
Quitting isn't the same thing as like quitting ahead. Like you could be like, damn, I wasn't ready for that mountain.
Yeah, but then you got to go back.
You go back and you train, and that's fun. That's you got to enjoy the process. Everybody's so worried about the end result and this thing that's going to happen, this imagination that you have in your mind, and like all these perfect pieces are finally in place for this big bang moment of your life, for your Snapchat or like Instagram picture. But like that's not how life is.
Yeah,
the tools, the tools. You're going to gather them along the way as you climb up that mountain. You know what I mean?
True. Like,
you're going to pick it up. You're going to learn how to do all that stuff. And then the failures are even better. I got burned here. Don't do that. Don't do, That way you skip that risk. You're moving further along.
100%, yeah.
But you will never do that unless you try.
Yeah. You got to.
And society just makes you not try. I swear to God, like it's just built for you not to try, for you to try it their way.
Yeah, no, it's 100% true. And that was, and like I said, I'm going through all these exams right now, so it's like it also falls into like my own situation,
Like validation for what? I got to get validation. You got to just, it's, perfecting a skill, mastering a skill is not so much about the end result as it is about
the process too.
Like just enjoying it, being like, damn, I got a little bit better.
Well, you're learning too, 100%,
Our videos don't suck as much as they used to, just a little bit better each time. As long, just don't leave any stone left unturned. That's what we teach at BAM, like fight, be resilient. This is it. The whole point, we talked a little bit about this, is like, man in the arena. Be the man in the arena. The whole point was to get to play.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Have some fun, but
great speech.
Yeah.
No, in general, I think that's kind of like the reason why I think things are scaling up here right now, and people, the feedback's getting better. More people are applying. All these are the reasons why, is because they're getting a little bit of insight into this kind of culture, this kind of mindset, and like how
the future of work, the future of education, the future of like everything. It's already happening. We're just giving it a nice push towards that direction, because it's kind of like a shortcut. Like, come with me this way.
Yeah. Well, it's also like a great mindset to get into before you go into the work world, or like you want to come here and start your own business. Like you have to have that positivity, because me and
you have to be a good fit. You have to be intensely realistic with yourself. Can you stomach that flows? Can you stay in a state of calm, like when shit hits the fan, when everybody from every element is like, you're dealing with the factors of like stress and expectation from people that look up to you. You know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure and stuff that comes with running your own show, running your own business. There are people's lives at stake. There are other people involved. And I love that community. I love that sense of building something like a family you can choose, you know?
But it's like, yeah, like I said, it's like exactly like what you're saying in terms of like all like self-realization. But like if in your head you have no other option, then you have to at least say, okay, I have no other option. Now I got to get all this negativity out of my life. I got to get all this other shit that's like, you know, that's kind of essentially being a blocker in my subconscious and move forward with whatever you're trying to build, because you got to keep, like you said, you got to keep going up that mountain, you know? And I think that's kind of like,
because the view's insane. The view's insane from up there, you know? You're like, that's the whole point of this thing is like, let these eyes see and experience this life, you know, like experience this thing. And at the end, the game is over. You can give it away. You know, that's the future that I see. But
all right, well, we got very philosophical due to your starting it with your
meditation
Zen
retreat.
Getaway. Yeah. Yeah, but like it's good to hear things are growing, and it's awesome to see the feedback. You know,
I mean, it's like every day there's something. Clothing, like the oversized hoodies are in. These new sweatpants are in. The projector has arrived. You know, like all this stuff that we put in motion at the same time are like coming to their own little fruition spots, which is like really, really nice to see the kind of like hard work and something, just ideation coming to life, you know, as simple as like having an idea and just like printing it, boom.
Yeah.
Now building on that, you know, building on that confidence. So
apparently it's out now. Virgil Abloh, the guy that does Louis Vuitton, he's like, no more streetwear. Now you're going to be getting gems. Like you're going to go to your closet and get archives. Everything's going to be thrift store stuff. I'm like, these people are crazy. Can't keep up with it.
Fashion wise,
yeah. I was like,
are they ever going to implement technology into their clothes, like wearable technology?
I don't know. 2030. I don't know.
Damn.
I don't know, man.
Things move so slowly.
You want to move on to our article that we thought was interesting of the week?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but tell me.
All right. Okay, so I think as we're approaching this decade, it's kind of interesting to think about where we were in 10 years ago in 2010 and how much technology has jumped in that time frame. I mean, the first iPhone came out. This article from the Wall Street Journal talking about how much, I think it was about cell phones have changed, but I think it relates to technology in general. In 10 years, the time frame from when the iPhone came out in 2007, it was a big transition to have that type of smartphone on in your pocket. And then you had like a 10-year-old BlackBerry that if you wanted to take a selfie, you had to turn the thing around and hope for the best. I mean, you could answer emails on it, but nowhere near like the capability we have with our phones now. I mean, you could literally, we're taking this video with our phone. We're able to, post any picture you want instantly. Can you do that with like a point and shoot? The steps that it would take back in the day when you had the point and shoot camera, you had to get the memory card. That's 10 years ago. Memory card, put it in your computer, upload it, reduce the resolution, put it on Flickr at a normal resolution. There was no, Instagram. There was no any of these apps. So just kind of thinking, sharing photos, GPS. You guys remember those Garmin GPSs? Those were the biggest rage. To at least get you to the right destination. Now, and not using a static map that was on your phone, or one, God forbid, one that you have to pull out. Now you have turn-by-turn navigation. These are all things that have just like made our lives easier in the last 10 years, which is kind of crazy to think about because it's a lot of stuff that we rely on daily. And then thinking about the first time a selfie camera came out on the iPhone 4, and now it's like a whole phenomenon taking selfies, and then the apps that came with it, you have your Instagrams, you have the ability to FaceTime, now I FaceTime my family more than I call my family. My dad's at Home Depot. I'm able to switch the camera over and be like, "This is the thing we need," and you're able to go get it. Like, life has become a lot easier using these new technologies. I mean, think about 10 years ago, you didn't have Uber, Instagram, FaceTime, Tinder, Waze, Netflix, and Spotify. I mean, maybe like 10 to 13 years ago, but still, that's pretty crazy. Those are all household names, and if I asked you that 10 years ago, they would not be household names, which is kind of scary to think about because we rely on those things so much. Most of the TV you watch now is on Netflix.
In like 5 years, it's gonna feel exactly like how you're feeling this in 5 years.
That's what's scary. Yeah, the next thing is 2030. What are we gonna be saying?
In 5 years, you're gonna be like,
10
oh my
years.
god. In 5 years, it's gonna feel like 10 years, and then 3 years after that, it's gonna feel like another 10 years. That's how fast.
It's going faster.
technology
Yeah.
is. I think we're gonna look back in this time in our human history and be shocked at just the amount of selfies that we took.
Yeah.
As
just
humans.
in general, yeah.
Just shocked.
Just
We're gonna
photos in
look
general.
and like, what did these guys do? As soon as they got this tool, like fire, like everybody,
Yeah.
like as soon as they got this tool, they like we
Yeah.
haven't moved far at all
Yeah.
down the evolutionary line. Like there's a few people that are like really working on some serious stuff, but the manipulation and all of that stuff is working.
But sold for $1 billion. That's an app.
That just tells
Like
you.
that's an app that sold for. If you tell our parents right now, applications sell for billions of dollars. They're like, "Fucking crazy," That's.
Don't bring things up like that to me. I have like a full-on American Psycho business card moment. Like I start shaking. Like, does he think Snapchat is more important than Forkai? Does he think they're actually doing anything at Port? Does he understand we have 100? So, these cycles also are gonna happen faster and faster and faster. So the world is changing, yet nothing is changing from being a kid. The same stories are being read to you. Then you go to school, the same education, even though I have no idea what it's going to be good for. And then when you go work, the same ideas. Like the same compartmentalized, go work in this specific area for me. At least they won't have to do that like our parents did for like 20, 40 years. Companies aren't going to be around like that. They're never going to be, I was a product line engineer, midline engineer for 25 years at this, out of here.
Yeah.
So at least they'll get to play, not by choice. They'll have to get new jobs, develop new skills. Somebody's going to have to step up and teach these new skills. And that's what, like, we have a whole pipeline. There's a lot of giving back, God's been great.
Yeah,
There's a lot of giving back, the joy. The real big joy is seeing a text message that comes in that says, thank you so much for hooking me up. I got the job that I never thought I was going to get. I never had any kind of experience with the internship. Like I got hooked up with this job. That to me, as weird as it sounds, is like is more satisfying than buying new AirPods or something. You know what I mean?
It's not weird. It's worth it.
Weird.
Yeah,
it's like just, oh man, this kid is gonna be awesome. On top,
Yeah.
how lucky are they? Like
He's at Apple. You gotta ask him for AirPods.
That's where you get paid the big bucks.
All right, guys. That concludes episode 6.